We are on. What it do, buddy?
Hi.
Oh my God, no way he did a voice changer.
That was normal. I just went hi.
Hi. It sounded like you did a voice mod.
From the 4th of July weekend. I'm just
Fair enough. Happy 4th for everyone. We were celebrating Sinners dropping.
Yeah, Sinners.
We were celebrating the release of Sinners on streaming services, celebrating the birth of Captain America. But you know, Steve Rogers more so than the America part. As you guys can see, it is a little bit more testosterone heavy today. We are missing, our lovely dose of estrogen from Jasmine Paige Moore. She's off doing great things, Anime Expo and not, might be checking out our Instagram. Might see her at a little event tonight. Is there an event going on, Adam?
There's a red cape, red carpet this lovely afternoon in LA for Superman.
Woo! Look up.
Before we get into all the stuff we were going to talk about, I did just see this, and it is an interesting question because I disagree with the statement that was made. They were asking about Henry Cavill, obviously, because of Superman happening. There's a Superman, Henry Cavill, blah, blah, blah. The question was, is Henry Cavill even a good actor? What do you think?
You know what's so interesting is like when you really think about it, in the Zack Snyder verse, you didn't really fully get to see much of his actual acting outside of Man of Steel, because he wasn't just like a pinnacle focus, I guess. And then when I look at like Mission Impossible, I did enjoy him in Mission Impossible. I thought that, again, but now that I think about it, I've only really seen him in action roles, something that doesn't really have to stretch you very much as an actor. You know what I'm saying? Is Henry Cavill a good actor? I don't think he's had the chance to really showcase if he could be in the titular, like, good, great.
You have him in like Enola Holmes. You have him in the
fair enough.
Ungentlemanly Warfare, which is a Guy Ritchie movie, which I loved. I thought he was fantastic in. I do agree. He's a bit of a typecasting where, hey, action, or hey, a little bit of this. I would like to see him maybe in a rom-com or some other things of some sorts. But I do think he is a very good actor. I just think he doesn't get a lot of love. He was in Argyle, the comedy.
Oh, true. I loved him in Argyle. Yeah. So like, I disagree.
Witcher, again, I get the whole, but like, I think he's a good actor.
I think what he's been in that's popular, people are misconstruing that for like his full on range, because I didn't even think about Argyle. It doesn't come to mind. In my mind, I think Henry Cavill, I think Superman, I think Witcher, I think Mission Impossible. And it's like you said, I feel like typecasting is a lot more broad than people make it. Typecasting, they feel like, is always a Kevin Hart or a Ryan Reynolds, which isn't even fair because Kevin Hart actually has done some stuff with some range now too. But typecasting does work in that sense of like, here's someone who we just get for action roles, or like the guy who we know can be the big buff guy or whatnot. But yeah, I woefully disagree. I think Henry Cavill's got a good catalog so far.
Speaking of catalogs, can we talk about this Rebirth nonsense? Apparently, that Jurassic
World Rebirth. Yes, I saw that this weekend. I personally enjoyed it. It's not hard, but I enjoyed it more than Jurassic World Dominion. Like I said, that's not really necessarily saying much.
Bar's real low on that one.
Yeah, like Dominion, as I put in my little review video that I actually don't think I posted yet. Dominion was very much nostalgia bait at its finest, because it was heavily advertised like the old crew meets the new crew, right? They literally are like two separate storylines that converge at the end. So it's not even like there's a whole lot going on with that. But Rebirth, I genuinely, I enjoyed, it had redeeming qualities for me, I would say. Like, the storyline's pretty basic. It's like I said, you don't feel too much for Scarlett Johansson's character, even in the parts that are like supposed to be emotional for her. My favorite character was Mahershala Ali's character. And it made me feel like that man has been wasted on hold for so many years because his character arc was beautiful to me. As a Black father, I resonated with him heavily. You could tell, spoiler alert, not really giving a lot away, but generically, the way he felt about family and children because of his own experience, that the entire time he was like, but what about them kids? But what about that family? No, we need to find them. This is search and rescue. Nah, it's children aboard. Like I fucked with it heavy.
Yeah. I think it shouldn't have been Rebirth as a name. I think it should have been like, I don't know,
Redying.
I don't know. Like it was just okay at best. Like it was very much,
the title did not match the.
This was a Universal, right? Am I
think it's Universal.
This is a Universal 100% movie because it's very Fast and Furious. It's that whole the storyline is meh, tons of action, tons of crazy things.
Mm-hmm.
The dinosaurs, which
were abominations.
First of all, the xenomorph Star Wars dinosaur that they were like, this is the big bad. You saw for 3 seconds.
It was giving very much Godzilla 2014.
Yes.
Yeah, because it was literally the smoke. It was coming through the smoke and like a shadow so many times. Yeah, it really was. It really was.
And you didn't get a full shot of it until like very late. And somebody did bring it up. I did see this.
Go ahead.
How is a Snickers wrapper the whole reason that whole thing got screwed up? And they're not even a sponsor in the movie. Like there was no Snickers ads or any. Like how is a Snickers wrapper caused so many deaths?
You know, that joint was so funny to me how they were like focusing on that. And then the fact that like the alarms took so long to ring off that something was messed up about that. I was just like, brother, like, I feel like even if I'm walking away, I'm hearing the door go and not close behind me. When it came down to like the xenomorph and the dinosaurs, I'll be honest, something I was waiting for, and I don't know why Universal didn't give it to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta single me out for a second. And it didn't even single me out. It singled you out. I don't know why, because it said it was going to single out the speaker. What are you talking about? What are we doing? I don't know what I'm doing. It's not going to split. It's not going to fix. So I'm just going to bring me back.
The producer right now.
Dead ass. This is what happens when you try to do live production, fellas. Brother, I was waiting for the T-Rex to come in and have a showdown. Because that's a classic Jurassic Park thing.
I think it was like a third of the size of the new thing.
Fair enough. It would have probably lost. But I just was very much like, dang, bro, you didn't even give me the usual like Jurassic Park, like your thing. It's like Dom Toretto pulling up in the Dodge. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to happen in every movie. I was thinking that was how, you know, a certain somebody was going to get saved. Pretty funny that he got saved off screen, whatever. I'm not gonna lie, it had my heartstrings though. I was like, oh man, he's gone. And then they brought him back, which kind of gave Ant-Man Quantumania. But I was happy that he was alive. But yeah, Rebirth was an interesting name because it's also not even like it was about continuing to bring the dinosaurs back either, or like rebirth them.
No, it was like a rebirth of the island and like this weird story, which now the way the story is, it really has nothing to do. Like
it has nothing to do unless somebody
is still going to keep going after trying to get the blood or do something, but they have it and they're going to give it out. So like,
and also
go after this.
The danger of give it to everyone, now that I think about it, is doesn't a company now just say, well, now we're going to make more? Like, I guess you would only have those 3 types, but whatever. Like, also, the last thing I want to say on Jurassic World Rebirth, you knew exactly who was not going to make it because there was all types of people that you saw in not a single trailer. I want to say one of the scenes with a dinosaur going to attack someone in the trailers they had Scarlett Johansson's character, and in the actual movie it was a different character. I was like, yeah, this is how you.
It was when she flipped off the boat.
I could have sworn the girl who was hanging off the top of the boat, the very top of the boat, did they show her in the trailer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I was like, dude, none of this crew I remember from any of the trailers, so I knew that like none of them were making it.
Francis deserved it though. Always Francis.
Francis deserved it. He was an asshole. The French guy did not though. The very last guy who was taken by the flying dinosaur, I was like, man, I thought he was gonna make it. He didn't make it.
What did you think?
Rating wise, I said I'd probably give it like a 6.5. 6.5.
You and I talked about this off camera, obviously.
Yeah, because Jurassic World Dominion, I would give like a 4 or a 5, and I had to rate it higher than that.
And I rate everything with like, did I have fun watching it? Is it something I would watch again? Is, like theater, all this stuff. It was like a 6.7, 6.8. I'm somewhere in there. Do I think it's rewatchable? Sure. I do like Scarlett. I like Mahershala. I always forget the other guy's name from Wicked.
Oh shoot, I don't remember his name.
I always forget his name, but I do want to point this out because it's a video I have in my bank that I'm putting out later today. Can we talk about his glasses? That man's glasses never fell off his face once. Those are, and they weren't even wrapped around his ears. I want to know who, like, anytime.
Jonathan Bailey. That's
yeah,
name.
thank you. Any glasses I ever have on my face, I have a little like perspiration on my nose or forehead.
Slipping.
My glasses slide. Whose glasses are those? Is people that wear glasses?
He got Superman level glasses.
In the water, he fell off a cliff.
He fell off a whole cliff, and them bitches was still on his face.
Got up, glasses. Fine.
You so right. I didn't even think about that.
Although the backside is the funnier part is they kept falling off all the time apparently. So in one of the shots when they're on the boat, he turns around and he whips his head so hard his glasses fall off, and Scarlett sees it and he's looking at the camera going like this because his glasses fell off. So I don't know if they AI'd him on or whatever they did, but that boy's glasses are the real MVP of that movie.
They survived more dinosaurs than people did.
Mm-hmm. Can we also talk about Riri Williams? We got the finale of.
Oh my gosh! Yes,
and
yes.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert!
Finally happened.
Spoiler alert! And of course,
we got Mephisto.
It was 5 years in the making. I'm in the search of a little headline thing I actually saw right before getting on. But what did you think about his introduction? We'll start there.
I like the normalcy of it, is what I'll say. It was
very casual.
Right. I like the only thing we saw of Mephisto was like the Get Out with the spoon, and you see the reflection of Mephisto.
Ooh, that reflection was clean.
It. Everything else is just normal human having conversation until he actually says his name, and he does the Mephisto. You know, that I love. Now the better question is, and we'll get back to Ironheart. When do we see Mephisto again? The answer is Spider-Man: Brand New Day. I
was just about to say, brother, I don't know if you got a chance to peep. Friend of the pod, Society Made the Joker had a very good video talking about why Riri Williams just became one of the most important characters in the MCU and why this moment was so huge. So as Adam points out, we get Mephisto. We finally get this reveal. At first, I was feeling away on like finally seeing this character in like, because it was the beginning of the very last episode, right? In a flashback, we see them, and because at first, whenever Zelma was talking about Dormammu, I was like, oh, Dormammu's back. I was like, ugh, whatever. Anyways, and I didn't even think about like I genuinely for a second did forget about like the Mephisto theories. I thought it was just another like, all right, bro, whatever. They're doing the usual. And so when we get him and he's talking and then he's talking about making a deal, shaking on it, it's like, okay, this is where Parker Robbins is kind of getting that behavior. This is where that's coming from. And then we know that we get him back in the present. He's got his accent. So he's not faking anymore, or he's faking a different accent for the last client he had, like you said. But Joker made the point that it should frustrate you so much that Riri hears Mephisto out, but it also tells you what's in store for the MCU. Because if you think about it, think about how this was the moment where we saw someone act on their unprocessed grief. Mm-hmm. And she realized midway through recording the video, we don't even know if people like Shuri have really processed her grief. You know what I'm saying? We get it like she did, but we also felt like Riri did throughout this show, only to find out she didn't. We have Peter. She was like, can I really be mad at Riri when Peter does the same thing in the One More Day comic? And as she said that, I was like, oh, I think what we're getting at is he just got Riri. Can he get Shuri? Can he get Peter? And I think you're right. I think where we see him next, we see him try to tackle each of the greatest minds in the MCU. To be honest, Mephisto might be the Thanos of what's going forward, like with what we're seeing as far as like him not being outright in our face right now, but him slowly picking things along the way while we're dealing with Doom and Doomsday.
Well, I mean, we're into phase 5 now.
Six. This was phase 5's end officially, I think.
Right. So we're getting a little bit of the end of the multiverse stuff into this because we're getting Doomsday and then Secret Wars. So Secret Wars, I feel, ends the multiverse stuff. So it would make sense if Mephisto ends up being the big bad of the MCU at the end, because that's more of the we can get Midnight Suns, we can get darker characters that we had originally, we can get the X-Men, we can, Peter's got 3 more, Tom Holland has 3 more movies, so we can play a little bit more with this narrative of what would happen if I could bring someone back or if I could do something. So that would be interesting, and a completely different turn to what Marvel's been doing this entire time.
Right, 100%. And then the other thing that I would say, oh shoot, pull this back over here. Sorry. The other thing I would say is someone took notice, and I had totally missed this. God, hold on. I know I have a blue tint, guys. We're dealing with a lot of production issues today. Blame Jasmine. She didn't pay me. I'm just kidding. Someone said, don't know if you noticed, she's got the hood on her armor. What does that kind of look like?
Spawn.
This guy. People were like, it's giving Dr. Doom. It's giving. There'll be a parallel of Riri's character. There also, I think, was a comic where she took over Latveria or something like that. So again, it could just be an Easter egg. It could be, again, us pointing to, hey, where we're headed is somehow also, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. We've seen now Mephisto's power physically has brought back Natalie. Mm-hmm. Is this how Tony comes back?
No,
like, is this how, not officially Tony, I should say, is this how they justify Dr. Doom looks like Tony Stark?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I think
spoilers if you haven't seen Thunderbolts, aka New Avengers, there's conversation at the end where the Fantastic Four rocket comes through, and it only has 3 rockets on it, not 4 rockets, and the ship in the movie has 4 rockets, blah 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 blah. I think it's just an older rocket we see in the trailer, newer rocket comes through. Or I think what ends up happening is the Fantastic Four rocket goes through into the MCU, but it's not the MCU. It's the Fox Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think they get in to where where Marvel's ended with Beast and everybody, with God, I can't think of her name right now.
Monica.
Yeah, with Monica, and they figure out with Monica how to open a wormhole basically to get to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But that rocket that comes through is another world where we have it ending, and there was never Tony, never an anything, but the man that was Tony Stark really is Victor Von Doom.
Like it's Doom Industries. I can't remember if that's what it was called. Doom Industries is in that world, and he's the one who, created a suit of armor, but then also combining with sorcery and all that stuff. Yeah, I could see it. It was just a cool little Easter egg to see that hood back there. People were saying, like, again, it at least provides that parallel. Like I said, I love Society Made the Joker's video talking about how we have a low key running theme of grief that and now showing how what unprocessed grief can lead you to do, because Riri is so smart, right? And she saw what happened with Parker. She saw all of these things, and she even leaves to go deal with Parker, telling her friends and family, "I'm okay. I'm all right. I got this. Well, I'll get it figured out once I get that hood." Only to then turn and like just lose it all, because she can think through so many things logically, but that emotion part is something she still struggles with. And funny enough, I feel like it's something that they often get into with the greatest minds in the MCU. One of the things with Reed Richards is he is so smart for any problem he's trying to solve, but he's so dumb when it comes to seeing what's in front of him from an emotional sense. One of the things between him and Sue is like, you can solve any problem in the book, but you can't like use that big brain of yours for emotions and for love, affection, relationship, and all that stuff. So yeah, it is going to be interesting watching how Mephisto moves from the MCU. Obviously, the moment he was seen, I was excited. It means we've already heard the rumors, but it does mean Ghost Rider is coming soon.
You saw the one everyone thinks it is, right?
Who? No.
Cousin Nick.
Oh,
Johnny. His name's Cousin Johnny the whole time.
Oh, I didn't even peep.
They think that's Johnny Cage.
But he's going to be brought back from the dead this time instead.
Correct.
Okay. See, this is why you don't doubt a project that Ryan Coogler's got his name on. Because, oh my God, that's a video. Like, both of us need to make that. Like, legitimately, you can hate on Ironheart all you want. They might be giving us.
That was really good. What do I think? It's a 10? No, I thought
no.
One of the better shows we got in a while.
And it's okay to just be all right. It's okay to just be cool.
Endgame, Infinity War, always now, and it's just like that doesn't make sense. You don't go to a 5-star Michelin restaurant every single night for dinner. You can do McDonald's occasionally, and it slaps. There's not a problem with that.
You're not wrong. Sometimes, not anymore because, indigestion, but it is some college days, that night where we went out and wasn't nothing else open, and I just popped on over, got me a double cheeseburger, large sweet tea, and a medium fry. Some of the best nights I had in my life. But yeah, Ironheart was really good. I think it has set up. It's so funny because I hate that the projects that people hate on so much are what give them everything they fucking wanted this whole time. It's the same thing as Eternals, right? Eternals set up so many of the things that people said they wanted from the MCU, but everyone hated on it. And so it's like, we finally get Mephisto. They're also sprinkling in, the thoughts on Doom. Then they're sprinkling in, like you just said, we know we're getting Ghost Rider, and we might already have him in the MCU. And everybody's just missing it because they're like, she said Tony Stark wouldn't be a hero if he didn't have money, which that's not what she fucking said. But in any case,
I still think she's smarter than Tony, but whatever.
She has to be smarter than Tony because the whole thing is that, as Joker also pointed out, who is Tony Stark without money? Riri Williams.
If you think about it, not even that, because Tony couldn't figure out how to cure everything going off with him. Think Iron Man 2, right? He got stuck in the thing. His dad taught him basically the arc reactor that he put in his chest. Yes, he was smart enough to figure out how to make a small version of it. but he did that. He did nothing different that Riri didn't do in a cave with the tools. She did. The only difference is she didn't get to go to these fancy schools and all the stuff and everything like that. Like, she had to work her ass off to get to these schools and do all that stuff. She was smart to begin with. And then on top of it, his dad literally gave him the blueprint on the ginormous village. Remember the World Fair project? Remember he put it in the TT and brought it there and put it under the thing? It was the new arc reactor, his dad's plan that he gave to him. So he just kept getting ideas from other people.
No, 100%.
Where Riri, she was inspired by somebody and did her own ideas.
She did her own thing. It's crazy how that works, right? But so that was Ironheart. Ironheart was, it deserved way more love.
8, 7, 9 on that. I liked the show. I thought it was really good.
I agree. And I think that more people should just, be open-minded. Be open-minded to try. Yeah, be open-minded to like try new things. Feel stuff out, you know what I'm saying? And again, the show set up so many things that people have been begging for, that they have been asking for a long time. And you're missing out because you're too busy hating outside the club. So what else do we have on this week in just a few short days? As we mentioned, there's a nice little premiere going on today. A nice red carpet to go with a red caped hero. We got Superman. Superman premieres happening today. What are your thoughts leading into Superman this week, man?
My thoughts are I'm going on the 10th at 2:00 and I'll figure it out.
Fair. I know I've seen
so whatever with DC right now.
I mean, it is one of those things where it's like, again, we don't have to. Oh, dang, that's fire. Sorry, a certain somebody also is seeing Superman today. The one that I keep mentioning today, though, which is cool. I didn't know she was going to get to go. That's dope. She deserves it for sure. But yeah, Superman dropping this week. I've said the same thing that I've continued to say, in that I think that people need to just be okay with new things. It's okay to just be like, yo, I'm cool to go see it. I don't want to go see it. Whatever. But this whole like, let's Snyderverse versus James Gunn and blah, 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 blah. It doesn't make any sense. It's okay to just enjoy what you enjoy and not enjoy what you don't enjoy. David Cornsweet seems like he's going to give us a good Superman. They're saying that this Superman feels like the embodiment of the animated series, which I, grew up on. I loved. And funny enough, as much as people are kind of going back and forth about this versus like Snyderverse and all that, did you see that they teamed up with the Rick and Morty team?
I saw.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that. So funny enough, James Gunn and Zack Snyder actually did like a promo together for the movie, and everyone wants them to hate each other so bad. But meanwhile, it's like these guys are industry like colleagues and everything. Hollywood Handle posted it.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely different. They want, that's the cartoon I saw, and it's like completely different, but yet realistic. It's buyable to me, right? Like where it is like more fairy tale-ish, more supernatural-ish than maybe like the Batman or anything else. It still feels real to me. Like his parents feel real to me. The city feels real to me. He feels real to me. So like, I'm happy with visually what I'm seeing with this rebranding of DC. I think there's maybe too many chefs in the
there's a lot of characters for this first movie.
So like, I understand it. And they do tease in one of the trailers, the Justice League naming, like, it was like Justice Friends or whatever nonsense it was.
Yeah.
So I get he's basically doing the Spider-Man thing that Marvel did. We don't think you're stupid. We know you understand Spider-Man. There's been 100 movies. Same thing with Superman now. We know you know who Superman is. We know you know how he got here. So we're just going to continue it as if he's been here for a while now. and then you just pick up where the story is. So again, I'll find out on the 10th, and I'll like it or not like it.
I had to get my ticket. I'm trying to decide what day if I'm going to go on the 10th. It's better for my sleep schedule if I go on the 11th on Friday, but like I also want to be able to talk about it on the 11th with everybody. Because everybody who see it today, I think embargo I think drops soon. So like the reviews and people's content. Yeah, the reviews and people's content are going to start coming out. Hopefully people don't just straight frame one spoil anything. Although I think the way James Gunn has set this up, I don't feel like it will matter. I don't feel like they're setting up, here's this crazy reveal that's going to do the future. You think so?
Mm-hmm.
You think we get like our Batman reveal or something like that in it?
No, I don't think Batman. There's been, for some reason, I think it's Wonder Woman.
Fair enough.
I don't know why, but I think it's Wonder Woman because there's been very minimal conversation about it, but James keeps saying random things about this person being a good Wonder Woman and some things about Wonder Woman. So obviously the next movie we get is Supergirl, because that's in production and being worked on, which looks fantastic. And we will see her in Superman, but I would love to see what they're going to do with Wonder Woman.
That's true. Yeah, I think
because Wonder Woman gotten a shit ton of Batman and a shit ton of Superman.
Wonder Woman's a good shout. What?
Getting another Wonder Woman movie other than the one we got technically, or the two, I really don't count. 84 is a fucking movie. That
movie fucking sucks. It could be good.
And I can't believe, you know what?
But it could be better.
I can't believe IGN rates 84 better than Wonder Woman.
Yeah, you're fucking crazy. That man said, I don't even count that one. It is good, but it could be better. No, it is bad.
You know what?
And it could be worse.
Movie? You know what's good about the movie?
It ended.
I didn't have to watch it ever again.
Facts. Yeah, I guess that's a fair point. I guess I'm not gonna lie. Like, as much as I would be excited for a new Wonder Woman, I don't really necessarily care who the new Wonder Woman is.
I don't either.
That's where I guess
either way.
I guess that's where where I'm like, I don't really know what James could give in this movie that has me like, oh my God, I can't believe y'all fucking spoiled that. The only thing maybe would be, again, I know a lot of people think it's not going to happen. I agree it's probably not going to happen. The only thing would be like Rob Pattinson popping, like at the end they show like Gotham City being flooded or whatever. Like,
I mean, they have shown the newscast thing in there where
well, that's what I mean is like if they showed a full confirmation, like everyone said it wouldn't happen, but Pattinson is the DCU Batman. That's the only thing I could think that could be spoiled. But other than that, it's like they've kind of given us the information of, like you said, Supergirl's next. We know Jason Momoa's Lobo. We know Supergirl is going to probably make an appearance. So again, that's like you said, probably the post credit is just leading us to Supergirl. And so I'm not really pressed.
Post credit. I think mid credit is some Supergirl stuff.
Post credit
would be Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Megan would be dope.
Lanterns, got lanterns.
I mean, that'd be something nice. I mean, but we are getting a lantern, but seeing, Mr. Pierre would be also nice.
Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa.
Every time.
Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa.
Anyways. Yeah, so again, I'll see it on the 10th. I will talk about it next week.
Gucci Malucci.
And then that rolls right into the next movie, which rolls into the next movie, which rolls into the next movie, which rolls into the next movie.
And then we're finally in fucking October?
December, talking about Wicked. Let's go.
Oh, there is one more thing. Two more things then. Wicked for Good trailer was shown at Jurassic World. I loved it. It was beautiful. I'm excited for that film. Did you get to see a certain trailer that's been in select theaters?
Oh, you mean the fucking Odyssey? Hell yeah, I did. Everybody.
Oh
Whoever got to see it,
my!
whoever watched IMAX Jurassic World
IMAX Jurassic World.
got to see it.
Yeah, I saw it.
I'm sorry, not IMAX. I didn't watch IMAX. I watched it in Dolby.
I saw
Dolby and
RPX.
IMAX.
I saw RPX. I think that anything that's in that premium
Whatever. Yeah.
premium tier.
Doesn't matter. The Odyssey trailer is before Jurassic World, it seems like. And
yeah. Oh, and they dropped it like separate from all the other previews too. Like they dimmed the lights like the movie was about to start and then showed it.
Funny if you think about that trailer, because it has two people in that trailer that are working on a movie again with each other.
Yeah, so the teaser, for those who, if you aren't going to be able to see it, you see an interaction between Tom Holland's character, who I believe plays Odysseus' son, and then John Bernthal's character. These two characters have been revealed to also be working together for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Funny enough, it all comes full circle in that they both were reads for each other's auditions for those characters.
Yep.
So the fact that they did each other's Marvel reads, have both been in the MCU now, and now we'll be doing the Odyssey together and now a joint movie together. It's just cool to see. It does give you very much a sense of like everything was supposed to happen for a reason, type of thing. The Odyssey teaser looked dope. It's probably only being showed in those formats because the movie was filmed fully on IMAX cameras. They let you know in big bold letters about that too. And remember, there's a difference between formatted for IMAX and shot and filmed with IMAX cameras. Completely different beast. And I'm so excited for that movie. I do still think it's going to be like a two-parter. I know that I think you said you think it's going to just be a 4-hour movie.
I just think it's going to be like 4.5 hours.
I need an intermission if he's going to do a fucking 4.5-hour movie. I love you, Nolan. I do. Please just split it to 2 parts.
That thing's ridiculous. Yeah, so that looks good. July 17th next year.
Yes.
So we'll get that.
Birthday weekend.
Yeah, I mean, that's really it. I mean, like we said, we talked about Ironheart. Thought it was good. Jurassic World, meh.
It's okay.
Sierra got booted from the island for being racist. Let's go. And then Love Island finale on Sunday.
Love Island finale. Dang, yeah, it's already here. Not gonna lie, everyone was like, "What's up?"
Ariana basically ruined it on After Sun. There's no movie night. I know.
Yeah, everyone said there's no movie night, no tweet reads, no.
Yeah, I know you're new to this, so like that's huge.
No, I saw, and I made a. I actually don't know if I posted this one yet either. I have a lot of. I've been killing it. Actually, I'm patting myself on the back. I've been recording so many videos and backlogging so well that I am blessed to say there's shit that I don't think I've released yet. I made a video about before it was confirmed, so I'm gonna have to make an update video now. But I was like, yeah, I'm new to the Love Island game, but everyone's saying like we got no solid couples yet, no getaway, all this stuff. And so now it's like, I was like, did the new viewership ruin Love Island? You know, because like a lot of people feel like it's the online sentiment of like we ended up getting some of the wrong people off and in the bottom threes early on. There's just been a whole lot where people are like, this season feels really off.
Because I watch Love Island across the board. I watch
USA and UK.
I've been watching Australia a bit. I think it's just this generation thing. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like this, even the ones in the UK right now, like there's this one couple.
Perpetual situationships.
No, so it's very much like a Hooded Jeremiah thing. She is very clingy, very possessive, telling people off about certain things. He's still open, still talking to people, kiki haha, but like in front of everybody, very closed off, whatever. And the girls are like, well, then close it off. And he's like, you're not telling me what to close off. And so now they're going to Costa this week, which they've already been to Costa in the UK. We're like 5 days behind them or something like that, a week behind them that they give us episodes. But still, it's the same thing. It's all the same. There are people in there that are very connected and have really good relationships, or it's just everybody kind of liking everybody, which is very much like the US. It's just, I feel the US does what the US does, and it's ruined things. It just ruined the show. because they're like, I hate this person. Let me get them out. We all vote, blah, and all this stuff. And it's just like, because even when the boys got the bottom, it was just like, this doesn't feel like we voted correctly. This feels like Love Island just voted how they wanted to vote.
Yeah. So it's all interesting. It's as I said, someone said this season of Love Island, and it sounds like UK is similar. They said it's very reflective of the dating scene in 2025. Yep. Perpetual talking stages. No one wants to just admit that they want to like be exclusive. Everybody's trying to be too cool. Because that's how I felt about Shelly and Ace. I feel like Shelly and Ace, their whole issue was neither one of them wanted to be the first to say anything. And yeah, I know. I have no clue. Because you know what? What
I know your partner, damn.
What would a, what would a stream be? What would a recording session be without technical issues that I apparently can't solve because I literally just clicked the camera thing and it didn't change the camera. So
I guess this is over.
You know what I'm saying? Well, everyone,
this has been fun.
This is crazy. Let's just make you.
Elgato.
We're just we're making you. Yeah. Why would you say that? Hey, wait a minute. Jasmine, edit that out. Edit that the fuck out. It's actually not the Elgato. It's the freaking Riverside. I'm
fully aware of what's going on. I'm just saying.
It says I have no mic. It says I have no nothing.
You're showing up on my side. It shows you talking.
Brother, what?
Well,
what are we doing?
Everybody, this has been Megs on the Emcees. And,
wait. Just those full screen you. Just get me the fuck out of here. Go ahead.
You good?
Yeah. Go for it.
Is it just me?
Yeah, it's just you.
All right. Everybody, this has been a great podcast. I appreciate everyone showing up. It's sad that Jasmine and Jordan couldn't make it today. But as always, I have to carry the burden as one of the main OGs of the media MCs. I appreciate everybody for loving us. Please hit the subscribe. If we make a couple bucks, we're going to be able to pay for Jordan to actually get like a flip phone so he can actually get into these podcasts more. It just $1 a day can help him so much.
I wanted to be, known, even though because they can actually see some of the ones and twos. It literally is like I can't pick a camera to show on here.
I don't want to tell you.
It just was like, hey, no, hush up.
Well, I've been Megs.
I have been Elgato camera hub screen that can't be changed. Jay Phrygian
DVD logo that's like floating in the screen. Like,
you know what? Again, what would a recording be without issues?
Just ended at this point. Damn.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.